Hey folks, I'm doing this recording because I've just gotten really committed that when something comes up for me that is um, sort of intensely impacting me, particularly as it relates to this journey with the body's not an apology, that I need to sort of discharge it into the world and just talk about what that experience is. So I just got off of an individual, what we call a possibility um, coaching session. It's just a 30-minute possibility consultation. Um, and it's a 30-minute call with someone who's participated in the webinar, our 10 Tools to Radical Self-Love webinar, about what it is that they see as possible for their relationship with their own bodies and with their lives, where they are right now, and how we move them from where they are to what they see as possible. And I had a woman I was talking to, and we were going through that process. And I could see where her, just commitment to just doing what she's always done was, all of her sort of what we call reasons, all of her reasons for why she wasn't taking action to change the thing in her life that she saw as not working, could see it as not working, and was still committed to not taking action in that moment. Um, and she experienced um, my conversation with her as selling her, trying to hard sell her for our products, our services, which specifically is a 4-week e-course called the 10 Tools Intensive, which puts into action the things um, that we talk about in the 10 Tools webinar. I spent months creating the curriculum for the 10 Tools Intensive because I really wanted it to give um, access to this new way of being, right? To a living in our bodies and in our lives from a radical self-love foundation. I really want to create that for people. And so it's one of the things that we offer at The Body is Not an Apology. And then we also offer individual coaching where I can work with people to walk them through that process. And when she told me that her resistance in that moment was because she felt like she was being sold to, and that kept her from, that makes her be resistant and committed that she's not going to do it. Um, it, yeah, it hurt me. I felt very hurt that she experienced my conversation with her as selling her. I didn't I didn't start this movement to sell people shit. Um, I started this movement because I saw for myself, in my own life, what was possible when living from a space of radical self-love. I saw what that gave me access to. I saw what it gave others access to. I saw how it changed how people interacted with each other. I saw how it changed us. And I wanted people to have that. Um, More often than not, if I had to put a percentage on it, 75% to 80, 75 to 80% of the time that I wake up and move through the world, I fucking love me. I wake up and I'm grateful for the body that I have. I'm grateful for my identity, for all of the parts that make up Sonia. I'm um, in love with life and what gets created from that space. And it, and it wasn't always the case at all. I really disliked me for a long time, and I really was self-destructive for a long time, and I really was not committed to a life of loving myself. And I saw that dramatically transform. Um, and the body is not an apology. It's created from my commitment to giving that access to other people. I didn't make this so I could hawk $99 e-courses. I don't even like individual coaching, but I know that it will help somebody, and that's why I do it. And it's the idea that I guess it just hurts me to think that anybody would think I'm doing this for anything other than like complete and total commitment to what this can create in the world. That's it. There's no other reason to do this, y'all. This is not financially sustainable. 90% of my income goes to funding this organization. It costs me way more for it to exist than it makes. I'm floating it. I've been floating it because I so deeply believe in it. I so deeply believe in what is possible in the world through the work of radical self-love. I so deeply believe that each and every one of us should be allowed to unapologetically live in our bodies, regardless of and because of race, age, gender, sexual orientation, mental health status, disability, and any of the other ways that our bodies show up on the planet. I believe it with my whole heart. And I do this work because I believe that. No other reason. No, there is no other reason to do this. I really want folks to get that. There's no fucking other reason that I do this. And like, I'm so clear that like her no and her feeling, whatever she felt, was about her. And I'm so clear that like the thing it poked in me or is about me. Right. And that's the work, right? That's the work we get, is to figure out how it's about us. Yeah. I just want folks to know why we do this. Because that's it. There's no other reason. There is simply no other reason than I believe that radical self-love fosters radical human love in service toward a more just, equitable, and compassionate world. That's it. That's why I do it. That's in anything that I do in relationship to it is for that reason. And if it costs because it costs to create the work, but it also costs because we pay for everything in this world, right? And we don't question why toilet paper, which everybody needs, we all got to wipe our asses. Everybody got to wipe their ass, or else you have infections and all sorts of nasty stuff. Nobody asks why we have to pay for toilet paper. Nobody challenges Cottonelle for hard selling toilet paper with commercials with bears on them and softness. And nobody questions them. No one questions the bullshit they sell us, right? The Dasani hard sells you water, the most natural resource in the world, right? But they've bottled it and commodified it, and they sell you water. Um, but when someone is offering, like, and not just offering ideas, but like offering, like actual, like, researched and developed tools to transform our lives, right? That we get stuck in, you're selling me something. Honey, if somebody is selling radical self-love and you ain't figured out how to buy it yet, you're tripping. And I'm not selling radical self-love. I actually can't sell you radical self-love. I can sell you some tools that help you develop your own journey, right? And I can give you some tools that help you develop your own journey. And we do both at The Body Is Not an Apology. Um, yeah. I just needed to say that because it was so heavy on my heart. Um, and if it was impacting me like that, it obviously pricked something that I'll continue to look at this week. But I just needed to put that out in the world. Thanks.